Welcome to the Build Show. I'm your host, Vetestrino, over here at the Empower Gaming Studio, building another PC. Hey, what's up, John? Let's go. Stream has started. It has, yes. Ant-Man calling out the fact that I'm starting yet again late. Yes, sir. I am starting late. Welcome to the Build Show, sir. Onra, what's up, man? Welcome back to the Build Show. Alex, welcome back to the Build Show. AM4 for the win. Yes, we are doing an AM4 build tonight. Yay! How's everybody doing? It's Thursday, one more day to Friday, and then it's the weekend. We can do this. Hi, so I got a 2 terabyte storage on my laptop and a 1 terabyte NVMe and a 1 terabyte SATA. So you've got 2 terabytes of storage total combined between the 1 terabyte NVMe and the 1 terabyte SATA. That's pretty cool. Not every laptop will allow you to have both types of storage. I guess that's actually pretty common now. But eventually, or on some of the newer stuff, they don't even have like the hard drive tray anymore. They just have the M.2 slot on like the super new stuff. So those SATA holders or places, they're disappearing. Shall we build? Let's just go ahead and jump right into it, shall we? I mean, owner has already punched out the specs here, so it's an inventory build. We're gonna jump on this one first because I need to let people know, hey, I'm going to be building your PC. And I didn't get to that today. I was doing everything else. As stupid as that sounds. It's, 9:30, and I'm like, I don't feel like I should message people, hey, I'm building a PC tonight, this late. So tomorrow we'll try to get an earlier start tomorrow, and we'll be doing a customer's build tomorrow. Not that this isn't a customer build. It will eventually be a customer's build. Right? So the inventory build number 53 for 2025. Thank you, Carter Edgers over there on Facebook for the like. And Guy as well. Thank you for the like over there on Facebook. But this is an inventory build. This is build number 53 for the year of 2025. We're going to be doing an AMD Ryzen 5 5500 AM4 processor with a Thermalright Aqua Elite 360mm Aqua AIO liquid cooler. It's going to be a Gigabyte B550 Aurora Elite motherboard. I did end up stealing the AM4 brackets, so I have some new AM4 brackets here for the board because we'll need it for the cooler. It's AXV2, so it's got Wi-Fi, and it's a revision 2 from Gigabyte. We got 32 gigs of DDR4 3200 silicon power RAM. This is CL16 RAM as well, if you need more specs on that. And then a 1 terabyte M.2 NVMe SSD, which is a PCIe 4.0 Gen 4 Team Group MP44L, which is this guy down here. It's a nice, quick little drive. Little 1 terabyte. It's pretty much the base that I build with now. The graphics card we're going to be running is the AMD RX 7700 XT, 12 gigabytes GDDR6 PCIe 4.0. This is a ASRock Challenger, if you're curious to know which model that is. That is a open box item as well, so we need to test it. But we're going to be powering the system with a Sagittap 650 watt, 80 plus gold power supply, non-modular. And then we're going to be putting it in a Sama V40 case in black because I had two. I had a white one and a black one, and I need to dispose of this case, not dispose of, but use it. Because it's sitting here in inventory. So I bought one white, one black. We already built in the white one. We didn't really like the build experience in the white case. The build looked nice when it was done, but overall building inside of it was very difficult. So the build rating was meh on the case, but we kind of know what we have to do. So ahead of time, it'll give us a better experience now that we already have experience in the case. So we'll use that case. We won't use that case again going forward, but because I have it, we'll use it. So here we go. Let's get building, shall we? And no, we're not using the stock cooler. What's Max doing? Max is down here taking a puppy nap after wreaking havoc with the girls for the last 2 hours. So he was chasing them around, and they were throwing a ball around, and he was having all sorts of fun, and now he's down here taking a nap, snoozing. It's a laptop from 2024 also, but it was only $300. Yeah, so even though it's a laptop from 2024, a $300 laptop is probably using components from like 2 or 3 years ago. So it does trickle, just like I'm using a case that I don't want to use. I have to use it to you know, get through the inventory. So let's get started, guys. Let's build this one. How's everybody's Thursday evening? It's good. That's good. I got it for free from my teacher, though. That's pretty cool. Your teacher must really like you. I hear that they give you a lot of stuff. Whatever you're doing to them, if you're leaving them an apple on their desk every day. What's up, Tat? Welcome to the build show, sir. You're giving them an apple every day or something? I don't know what your secret is. But you're doing good. So the reason behind the brackets being removed off of this board is because I had a local person doing a build, and he bought a used motherboard, and the used motherboard didn't include these brackets, so he couldn't complete his build because he needed the backplate for his build. And so that kind of messed, you know, he was in the middle of his build, and he's so excited to get it done, and he found out he's missing a bracket. So he called me asking if I had a bracket. And I was like, yeah, I got a bracket on a motherboard here. So I gave him this bracket off of this board, and then I just ordered another bracket. So that is the story as to why the bracket was removed off of this board. Let's go ahead and peel the peels. That'll happen from time to time. Usually I have these brackets sitting around here, but they're becoming more and more rare. And we can always zoom in here for you guys. Cardboard backplate works great. It doesn't if your cooler is going to be on it. But I see what you're saying. So, Kat, have you made any progress with the AMD GPU, or are you still having trouble with that thing? Why does it seem like half my tools? It's not locked to a school either. It's a cyber security 1 day a week class that I do because I'm homeschooled. Oh, nice. Well, that's pretty cool, getting a head start on it. Want to know a secret, John? The secret is I was actually homeschooled too. There we are. Got our CPU installed. Now we're gonna, let's actually do the RAM. Now we're gonna install our 32 gigabytes of DDR4 3200 by Silicon Power. Each stick is 16 gigabytes. Copy. Nope, still the same. Benchmarks run the card as normal. Games, it's all over the place with the watts. I don't know if it's the watts that's the problem. That's what I'm thinking. Do you have resizable bar enabled on your motherboard? Out of curiosity. Yep, and Hags. Okay. There's got to be something on it, man. There's something that's just not right. I feel like it should be performing better than what you've reported. Either that or you got something wrong with the card, which is also a possibility. What are we glued in here, dude? We are literally glued in here. Thanks, Amazon, for the sticker. Anyway. Ton to report the same issue. Yeah, I wonder if it's like a driver software issue. Maybe it'll get corrected here after some updates. I don't think it's hit the mainstream media yet, like, you know, Gamers Nexus and things. You could always return it. Okay, let's try to put it on backwards. Nice idea. GPU power draw, fluctuating FPS, and inconsistent performance. This is on PowerTech. Yeah. I mean, we're having some issues with one of the 9070 XTs that we built with, actually. It just happened today, and I don't know if it's a CPU issue or if it's a another issue, but I have noticed if your motherboard supports PCIe 5.0, which I know your 12th gen CPU and your Z790 does not, your motherboard does not, but in this scenario we have a Ryzen 7 9800X 3D, which does support PCIe 5.0, and then we have the AMD RX 9070 XT that supports PCIe 5.0. And then we have a motherboard which is an X670 or a B650, I think it was, that does not support PCIe 5.0. And it might be because the motherboard is set to auto that it is trying to automatically force it to PCIe 5.0, which doesn't make sense because it shouldn't even be an option in the motherboard. But people have recommended to actually just take the PCIe level for your graphics card and set it to PCIe 4.0. So then there's no question. I don't know if that's going to make a difference for you, but I'm going to be trying that on this other rig that we're having issues with as well. Because he can't even launch Call of Duty. Call of Duty just comes up as a black screen, but the other games work fine. But Call of Duty and Marvel's Rivals, both those games don't launch. Will not launch. But other games work just fine. It's really weird. That is a setting in the BIOS, so it depends on your BIOS. Hey, what's up, Martin? B at 244. Welcome back to the Build Show, sir. Good evening. Is $999 US dollars for brand new 7900 XTX a good deal? I'd say it's not a bad deal. Because that's at 20 or 24 gig card, right? I'll check that out right now. I mean, just something to try. This is information that I've gathered within the last 2 hours while I was doing a remote session. Damn, AIM-4 is simply the best socket ever made since 2016, close to 10 years old, I know, and it still kicks butt. I made YouTube short on Monday, and it is sitting at 1.6 thousand views and 21 subs. I started with 16. Nice. Yeah, usually if you could get a couple of subs off of a short, it's a good short. That is what they do. Let's go ahead and zoom out, and then we are going to get the case out. Yeah, Tat, our scenario is a little bit different than your scenario because you're on the Intel platform and we're on AMD platform. Hey, what's up, Mikey Mike? 211. Welcome back to the Build Show, sir. Thank you. You're welcome. It's a series of me saying, saving for my PC that was day 1. I'm on day 5. So how are you working to make some money, Mr. John, to save for your PC? Come on. I really am not a big fan of these massive cutouts, but these are cutouts to support the whatchamacallit, designed by MSI, where all the connections on the back side of the board or back side of the case. That actually would be a really good use case for this motherboard because of the fans already being here. It's a really tight, you know, case as it is. That is definitely the use case for this case. Gonna throw that out there. Yard work and walking the dog. Nice. Every day's $1. You can make it that. BTF. Isn't this the case with the so poor space on the top? Yes, owner, this is that case. But I bought a white one and I bought a black one. And, well, I'm just going to use it for this build. I'm going to fight through it. You get to watch me yell at a case one more time. Not seeing any options to check PCIe. There should be. There should be, I don't know what it's called exactly. I don't know. I'd have to look it up for, you know, Asus and figure it out. I don't speak that well BIOS language. I know what I'm talking about in my head, and then I just stumble through it in the BIOS. Well, thank you for telling me now, Onra. After I just finished mounting the board. I think you're right, though. Let's put the power supply in, what, shall we? And then we'll see how that goes. Does anyone else here play Fortnite? I play Fortnite every now and then. Usually I'm playing with people that play, you know, buddies. Anyway, sorry, I'm back. Call of Duty for you, Mike over on Twitch. Haven't played Fortnite in a while, yeah. I don't really play Call of Duty that much. The last time I played was in 2024. To BH. Been a while since I jumped in Verdansk, or any other maps for that matter. Not long ago. They even brought Verdansk back. I still haven't played Call of Duty. I think they even brought the Kar 98 back, didn't they? Something like it. Didn't they bring sniping back? That was my biggest beef, is that they took away my two favorite things. The map, Verdansk, and then sniping. I'm an old guy. I like to snipe. I like, you know, doing a line of coke and then jumping around like a wild hyena. Dang it, Onra, you're right. You're as right can be. I hate that you're right. To be frank, I typed it before you installed the motherboard. I just didn't. I know, it's not your fault, it's my fault, but I hate the fact that you're right. I should have remembered that. Alright, set it to Gen 4 16. Was on auto? Yeah, give that a go and see if that does anything. Alright, any other secrets, Onra? Hey, what's up, Jesse? Welcome back to the Build Show, sir. We're just vibing and building, and tonight, Onra's right. That's about what I got here. Yes, Mike says, yeah, for the sniping. The sniping is back? You're tempting me to go jump into Verdansk. Did they take Verdansk away already? Wouldn't surprise me if they released it not too long, what, you know, maybe a month ago, and now it's already been taken away. Nope, still there. Interesting. We might have to jump into Verdansk. I've never built in this case, and I already have it. I already hate it, even though it even has USB-C. So what this case would be good for, Onra, is it has the cutouts for the connections to be on the backside. I forget what that's called. It's a specific design by MSI, and I think Gigabyte has a couple of options, and I think Asus made a couple of options as well. It's not very popular. It's expensive, people think, because there weren't a lot of cases that supported it, but this does have the cutouts for it. So all the connections could be on the back side versus the front side. So all of your headers are on the back of the case. So that is something this build would be actually pretty cool with. I'd be okay with that. The MSI Zero, thank you. Thank you, yes. That. That thing. I'd be cool with that because it has the cutouts for it. That's why these cutouts were so massive. Here, I'll show you. So if you look here, the cutout's massive. If you look here, the cutout's massive. Here, here. These cutouts are massive because all of your connections would be on this side. The pins, the 24 pin right here, just as an example, would be on this side of the board. And you see that you'd see them on this side of the board. So that's why the case is the way it is. I think it was designed for that. Just my opinion. I think that's what it's designed for. That would be a good use case for this case, in my opinion. You're going with the MSI Zero, and you're trying to save a few bucks on a case. This would be an actually decent case for that scenario. That is also why they didn't put rubber grommets in there. It's making sense now. All coming together. So maybe I just used the wrong type of case for the wrong build. But we'll make it work. Where's my USB-C on this? Down there. The 3 too? Both are down there. That sucks. I just don't want to put too much hate on the case. Probably my fault for choosing it. Although it doesn't really, you know, their advertising doesn't say, hey, this is should be used with a MSI 0. Warzone is a bunch of hard up players and cheaters. All right, was okay. Oh, LOL. Oh, no, boot now. Oh, boy. You gotta be kidding me. Well, the other thing you could do to get it to boot back up is to clear your CMOS. If you don't know how to do that, there should be either a button on the back of your motherboard, like a little button that says clear CMOS. If you don't have that, then there's going to be 2 pins on your motherboard that you'll touch with a screwdriver with it unplugged, and that'll clear or reset the BIOS to factory defaults. Yes, you will have to go back in there and change any other settings that you previously had set. But that is frustrating. It's good to know. Maybe I shouldn't that's PC remotely. Oh man. That shouldn't have done anything for no boot. Because the card is backwards compatible from 5 to 4, so it should run it on 4. Makes no sense that it's not working. You got it. I put the primary display option to PCIe instead of auto. Went back to auto and it boots now. Okay. Interesting. And that's with the PCIe 4.0 forced and not auto. Hey, leave me alone. Welcome back to the Build Show. I have boycotted Amazon. What are options for good PC part retailers? So, kind of like Owner said, Newegg or a local store. So if you have a Micro Center near you, that'd be a store that I'd go try to locate and see how far away it is for you. If it's within an hour, I'd say it's worth driving there and picking up parts there. If it's 2 hours, it might actually still be worth it, even with the gas. But Newegg would be the other option, although I will warn you, if you buy from Newegg, stay away from used components or open box components from Newegg. There's just been a lot of issues with that, so I just tell people to stay away from it until we hear better. I'd say parts picker. Yeah, you could use that to locate parts or to build out a system and kind of locate where to buy it. But Leave Me Alone over here on YouTube says he's going to boycott Amazon, so does not want to purchase from Amazon. How much does Call of Duty cost? Call of Duty costs, I think Warzone's free, isn't it? What's so interesting about that? Leave me alone. Gotcha. So you had 2. And you, okay. The game is $59. I don't know. Yeah, it's $59. I don't know anymore. I haven't looked at the price of Call of Duty in a long time. Usually I just buy and then close my eyes. Click the button. I don't want to see. Oh, $69.99. Even better. So John, I hope that answers your question about the cost of Call of Duty. Mike over here on Twitch answered that for you. So, hear me out. I am going to remove these 2 fans to get these plugged in. Okay? And I'm going to move these over there so I can get these plugged in while we're under there, so we're not dealing with more fun stuff. Even though we love dealing with more fun stuff. should have... Oops, time to remove the fans, yeah. Stop blah blah. Stop blah blah. What's blah blah? Biebert, I don't understand. Maybe you can elaborate on that comment. If it was free, I still might not be able to get it. I only have 100 gigabytes left on my Xbox. Yeah, that's definitely not going to be... I don't know. I think there's a way to install... Because if you're just running Warzone, it's not going to be like the whole campaign and stuff, so it should be smaller. You are addicted to Amazon? Understood. I'm addicted to Amazon as well. That's why my save for later is like, if you rolled it out, printed it out, and rolled it out across Earth, it would probably be like 50 miles long. Of just crap. I'd pretend to buy it with save for later. Alright, so with those fans out of the way, now we can access the bottom here pretty conveniently without any major difficulties. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything plugged in down here and put the fans back in. Is it worth doing that in this particular case? Hell yeah, it is. You know, there we go. Now that we have everything where we want it to be, put our fans back. Holy smokes, get in there. Good evening, Army Vet. Welcome back to the Build Show. Yeah, same. Same here. I'm getting all my new setup from there. Nice. What are you gonna be building? You said a new setup, Mikey Mike. All right, so there we have it. We've got all of our cables plugged in here at the bottom. We've got our front panel power, reset button, LEDs, USB-C, USB 3, PWM for the hub, which is controlling all the fans, which we might end up replacing. If you don't recall, all of these fans did some really funky stuff. We ended up having to remove all of these and replace them with Thermalright fans, which sucked in the last case that we used. So the fans were garbage, FYI. So we'll see how they go, how they run. So next, we can install a CPU cooler. So let's go ahead and get that out and get that installed. See how big of a pain in the butt this is. Get in there. Oh yeah, that's a hole that I remember being a big pain in the butt to get this through. This will be fun. So excited for this. Mikey Mike says, new desk, chair, controller, keyboard, and mouse, and monitor. Nice. That's quite the upgraded setup you're going for. And man, is it good or bad that I play at 1080p max settings and most games use 5 to 6 gigs of VRAM on Ultra on a 4060? No, that's not bad. Make sure to close the cables before installing the radiator on top. Make sure to cross the cables. Make sure to cross the cables. What did I do? Owner, you're making me nervous. 600 bucks worth, that's pretty good. It's a decent chunk of change. What monitor are you coming from, and what monitor are you upgrading to? That's probably the biggest upgrade, I would assume. Or maybe it's just an additional monitor. Fan. All right. Oh yeah, that's a tight haul. Still gonna complain about the case because they could have just made this a little bigger. Like, come on. I think it surprises me every time. Whatever, we'll deal with it, right? Nope, probably won't deal with it. Try to get it in there. Oh yeah, you gotta lower the rear fan to make clearance for the radiator. Way to do that too. 1440p monitor. Cat to tune it. Well, Ben, that's no go on the fix for the system. Warzone gets 240 watts down to 145 to 180 watts. It's just all over the place. Yeah, that's kind of weird. It's very inconsistent. Okay. Now that the fan and the rear fan's been lowered, we'll be able to install our radiator. .1440p monitor, I'm going for nothing that spectacular. 34-inch curved 165 hertz. Yeah, that's a moderate, nice moderate monitor to game on today. At least what you're not doing is owning it like a GTX 1660 and getting a 240 hertz monitor for 1440p or something like that. I mean, I mean, come on, guys. I see that all the time. People will come through, buy a PC, and then I'll find out that they bought like a 240 hertz 1440p monitor, and they've got it like an RX 6600 in their build, and they wanted to pay as little as possible for the PC and as much as possible for the monitor is basically their thought process. You know, they didn't ask for advice or anything, and it just ends up like that. Seen that a lot. That happens more than you know. Okay, pull the rest of these cables through. What is this? No. That came undone. Fudge. That sucked. Good luck getting that plugged back in. Okay. Oh, I got bent to shit too. No. Okay. Oh my gosh. When's the customer build, Ben? Tomorrow and probably Saturday. Well, the ARGB header, of course, of all the headers that would come loose, it's the ARGB header, which is a 3-pin, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. Thank you, Tat. That cheered me up significantly. But your 5-volt 3-pin header for addressable RGB or rainbow header came undone. It's a pain in the butt to get to because the radiator is like on top of the RAM and the header is above the RAM. So you got to go like in and under and over, and then eventually you find where it needs to be plugged in. But to make it worse, when it got unplugged, it bent one of the pins. So I bent the pin back, but now it's not perfect. So it makes it even worse trying to get it plugged back in. Bear with me for a second, guys. I'm trying to get this. My big fat hands can't get in there. I feel like I did something like this. I feel like I did this last time, too. So, I'm hoping that's in. It's not in. We'll find out. Whatever. Still can't believe I missed the Threadripper build. I'm so mad about that. Well, you didn't miss it. You can always rewatch it if you wanted to. Like I told you. It's on the YouTubes. It's available. I don't want to hear it, Tat. Why I don't build with this case anymore. Holy smokes, there we go. We got coming together slowly but surely. Now for the wonderful, hey, what's up, Bester? Hello, brah. I will PM you regarding a PC for my son. Have a great build stream. Thank you, sir. Good to see you in the chat. Leave me alone. Onra, what is a excellent case in your opinion? Ash, does PCIe X1 slot limit the speed of my NVMe SSD? How are you running an NVMe SSD in a PCIe X1 slot? Do you have like an expansion card or something? BTO, I swear I almost fell asleep. I'm not joking. Sorry. If I'm putting you to sleep though, I am a dad. I put my kids to sleep all the time, so I'm very good at it. This is not for sure. This one is not for sure. Yeah, so don't get this one. This is the Sama V40, I think it is. Would be good with like MSI 0. I'll give it that. Anything else, don't even bother. Maybe Micro ATX. But even then, nah. Or maybe if you're sticking with like an air cooler, maybe. Because the radiator is the big problem. Most of the problem is the how low the radiator hangs over the motherboard. Owner, I missed your comment about locking your FPS to 69. Don't worry, my daughter's PC had single freaking panel pins. Took me forever to get the sausage fingers in there. Yes. You see these things? You see those holes? Big hands, PC building. They don't go well. That doesn't stop me. Okay, so we gotta get this figured out. That's for sure. This needs to become part of the chain. And this needs to be bundled. This needs to go that way. Like, why is it doing that? Go that way. Like, what? Guess we should have dealt with these case fans prior. I don't even know what to do with this. Like, what the actual F? It's the worst spot for a hub. Getting there. But like, wow. Like, wow. That was a lot. A lot of extra bull crap that you don't necessarily need to go through. What do you guys think? Oh, yeah, Tat, I just did the RGB SATA cable. Racking a case from 2008? Dang. Alright guys, tell me if I could have done better than that. That was a pain in the butt. Pain in the butt. I mean, I'd be here all night if I tried to do better than that. Alright, who's wondering if I got that RGB cable actually plugged in or not? So that'll be fun. Although, I do recommend not running with this mesh. When it's in its final destination, just remove it. It's going to give you some better exhaust. All right, let's plug it in, fire it up, and see what I did wrong. I don't know. We'll probably know in the next 5 years, Ant-Man. All the hair is still there, so I don't know what to say. And I've got 3 girls, and I have no idea how I have not lost all of my hair. Or gone completely gray. Fired up! Moment of truth, here we go. Here we go. Howdy, Jeffrey. Welcome back to the Build Show. We're just getting ready to push this button. Mike Thompson, use cases work well as long as everything is included with them. Correct. Here we go, guys. Moment of truth. 3, 2, 1. Top RGB is not plugged in, I don't think. Or it might kick on after the BIOS. I don't know. Might help to actually turn the monitor on. Yeah, I don't think the top RGB is plugged in. Bleep! We did get a post. Right? It's acting like it. Right? Maybe? Yes. There's a post. So the computer's working. We just got to get the top RGB working. And hey, look at that. We don't have flashing weird lights. Huh. You have 2 girls, Mike? So you feel me. I've got 3. Ranging from 12-year-old to 6-month-old. Oh boy. We keep trying for a boy, you know? And the girls just keep showing up. I'm not complaining about the girls, they're wonderful. My brother has 4 girls and he's 39 and already has gray hair. Yeah, well, bless his soul. You gotta have a lot of patience with girls. But then again, I'm much older than you. My girls are 30 and 33. Yeah. Yeah. So you've already lived most of it. You have any advice, Mikey? Send some my way. I need it. Nothing better than daddy's girls, I know. I always wanted to be that dad, you know, that scares all the boys away. They're actually scared to go ask one of my daughters out because of me. That's a bucket list. And there's an ad. Sorry. Well, if you subscribe to the channel, you wouldn't have an ad. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, Mikey, I was just saying, if you're back from your ad, thank you, some giant idiot. If you have any advice, please feel free to drop some lines on Girl Dad, because it seems like you've already gone through most of it. Well, we got a post. I just got to figure out this RGB problem. I already know what the problem is. The header isn't plugged in right. So if I can't get that plugged in, I'll just run it to the hub down below and then call it a day. In fact, screw it. Let's just do that right now. Screw it. Let's fix the problem and move on. I forgot the zip ties. Nice. So you guys watched me do all that nice cable management? I'm not going to undo all of it. Give you an idea of how tight of a hole we're in. That tight. Do 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 do. Pardon me, Mike. Ah, there we are. It's alive. Yeah, AIO deserves better home. I mean, this is not bad for the AIO when it comes to performance-wise. It's fine. It's actually very good. What's not good is how tight it is up at the top of the motherboard. You just can't get any fingers up in there if you need to do any cable management or unplug something or plug something back in. It's just a nightmare to get up in there. So that's why it's a big pain in the butt, the case. So putting an air cooler in here would be okay, and then putting some top fans in, that'd be nice. And the PG rating just went out the window. Oh boy. Leave me alone. Can you explain the fan configuration, upper 3 intake and the 3 exhaust? So, fan configuration, we'll talk about the side fans here, and then these bottom fans here, these 3 bottom and the 2 side. These are what we call intake. They are reversed blade. So it means that the blade has been flipped around so that it's pulling air in instead of pushing air out. Because if this was a regular blade, it would be pushing air out and it would be considered exhaust. But because they're reverse blades, they're actually intake. And that is specifically for aesthetics. So instead of having, this is another fan, so instead of having the crisscross in front of your blades like this, you have the blade itself with the RGB. So it looks a lot cleaner like this instead of, oops, sorry, instead of that. So it's a cleaner look. This I'm holding here is a reverse blade. So you can see that the blades are reversed compared to a regular fan. I don't know if you can see the differences or not. Maybe if I remove the plastic, it might help. But if you look at the two in comparison, you should see differences in the blades. The white Thermalright is a reverse blade, and the Montech is a regular blade. So these could be facing this way and act as intake. If it was a regular fan like this one, it would be acting as an exhaust. So the side is intake, the bottom is intake, the rear is exhaust. What that's doing is help pulling the intake from the front and the bottom up towards the back of the case. It helps pull the air back. And when it's pulling the air back, it helps distribute air to the back side of the radiator. Or this side of the radiator would lack airflow because the two fans on the front would get rid of the air before it reached over here. So this back fan, rear fan, is actually pretty important. It helps draw the air over. So side fans are intake, bottom fans are intake, rear fan is exhaust, and the top is exhaust. And the reason why we do exhaust with the top, with the radiator, is because all of your CPU heat is being pulled from the block right there through those tubes up to the radiator. So all your heat is just being exhausted right out of the case, which is really nice because your CPU heat isn't going to impact your GPU temps. Your GPU is pretty much the only thing that's in here making a significant amount of heat inside the system, which reduces the temps because previously we used to mount radiators on the front as intake, and then all the heat would come in from your CPU right on your GPU, and then your GPU would have to mix its temperature based on how hot your CPU was. So mounting your radiator on the top makes way more sense because it's just exhausting the heat from the CPU directly out of the system, which is what you want. It's very nice. So that is the explanation behind the airflow on this particular build. It is different in every case, but this particular build is a more modern approach where you have the side and bottom intake. That is a more modern case today in 2025. That's the design everybody likes. Thank you for the explanation. You're welcome. It lives. Same got home at 8 now, just relaxing with a PC watching it. PC build watching? Nice. Some giant idiot just chilling after a long day at work. How are you doing, some giant idiot? I had a long day too. I hear you. Smoke it, Ben. What? Smoke it? Smoke what? What am I smoking? It's bad enough knowing what happens while I'm awake. What? There's sleep. Okay, let's go ahead. There's a sleep study program on the dark web that's in alpha. It records your dream activity, your thoughts. And Mike Thompson says it's bad enough knowing what happens while I'm awake. Oh, that's good. That's good. Who needs TV when you have the build show? Well, thank you, Robert. Appreciate you stopping in and dropping a line. But we did get this built, and we did it in probably the 2025 most hated case on Ben's list. So this is the most hated case that I've built in 2025. The Sama V40. Which I know I built in previously, but again, I bought a white one and I bought a black one because I thought it was going to be a cool case. Turns out it is not a cool case. I mean, the temps are cool. Just building in it is just a pain in the butt. You find it relaxing to watch? Cool. I'm glad I can relax so many of you. That sounds weird. This. Nice. Is it relaxing when Ben gets all worked up over, you know, things? But we did get it built. So that is build number 53 for 2025. Tomorrow, Friday, I will be doing one of the customer builds. I know we planned originally to do a customer build. I didn't get my notifications out early enough to the customers to give them a good enough heads up. Hey, I'm building your computer tonight, so I didn't want to be a complete douche and start the build stream at like 9:30 and send a notification. Hey, I'm building your computer this late on a weekday. So tomorrow I will send out the notifications early, and we'll have probably a 7800 XT or 4060 build, one of the two. Super chill. So we'll be building tomorrow again, and then Saturday as well. So for sure, those are stream days. The rest of the week, I have no idea what's happening. I've got to focus on getting this open loop done. And we don't have a lot of orders coming in right now, so the last two that I have here is it. That's all I've got to build. Other than the open loop, it's slowed down. I mean, I've got a ton of IT work to do on the business professional side of Empower, but PC builds, man, they're lacking. Usually I've got them stacked up for like a week plus, and this week we're running out of builds. So I don't know what we'll do. I'm out of builds. What do we do, guys? For the build show, what do we do? I don't know. We could tinker with something, I'm sure. There's a lot of stuff we could think. I guess we could tinker with that. There's stuff we could do. There's a lot of cool stuff we can do. Anyway, that's the rest of the week. I hope you guys have a good Thursday evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow evening. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll see you on Friday night. Have a good night, guys. Good night, Tat. Have a good night. Tear down and rebuild. Mike, I mean, if you really want me to do that, I'll do that for you. Take care, Mikey. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome. Come join us tomorrow night. Mikal, Junkyard Wars. Yeah, well, who's gonna play with me? I mean, all my PC building buddies literally moved out of state, so everybody that I know that builds, they left. Yeah. Good night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Maybe we do some custom paints or something, you know? I don't know. Have a good night, guys.